Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is Saturday. Happy Saturday, or whatever day that you're watching this. So yesterday I posted a poll on my Instagram story whether you guys wanted to see a more bronzy makeup look or a more like red burgundy holiday inspired makeup look, and you guys chose the red burgundy, more of like the warm tone colors. So yeah, I'm going to be using my Carly Bible Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. It's one of my current favorites. This was not sent to me. None of these products were sent to me in PR. I'm not being paid in any way, shape, or form to make this video. I just love makeup. I already have my face on and my brows. Today we're just going to be focusing on the eyes, so feel free to follow along. First, I'm just going to be priming my eyes using a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Medium. You can use whatever eye primer is your favorite. Sometimes I use the Anastasia primer, sometimes I use the P. Louise base, but I just have this right here, so I'm just going to use this. And then to blend it out, I'm going to be using a Morphe M421. It's just like a flat, tiny concealer brush. This brush is great for blending out an eye primer because it gets in all of the little tiny creases, and you could carve out your brow, and you could really just pack on the color. It doesn't really absorb, not the color. You could really pack on the product because it doesn't absorb and it spreads it around nice and even. So one thing that I wanted to talk about today was shopping during the holidays, and I work in a restaurant at a mall. It's like a very like bougie mall, if you would. Over the years I've become more of an online shopper, I would say, just from like experiencing all like the mall traffic, and like I guess as I'm like getting older I don't want to deal with people as much, so I'd rather shop online than like rush to the mall and be in like a crowd of people pushing around like trying to get like the best sale. But yeah, so I work at a restaurant in the mall and I'm a waitress there. I have been for a few years now. I mean, you know, it pays the bills. Not my favorite job. So I think first I'm going to dip into the shade Chai. Look at this palette, it's gorgeous. It has all the warm and like cool tones that you could ever need. I'm going to be taking a P. Louise PC10 fluffy crease brush, and I'm just going to lightly dip into the shade Chai. The Anastasia shadows are very pigmented, so less is more. I usually just start off with a little bit and then I'll go back in as needed because the pigment will build up very fast. And if you just put like a bunch on, a lot of fallout will happen. But fallout isn't necessarily a bad thing when there's a lot of pigment, so just gonna grab a little bit of the shade Chai. I'm gonna start off by pressing it into my crease because I didn't set my eyeshadow base because I want the most amount of like color payoff. So I'm gonna start off by just tapping it into my crease. I'm gonna bring you guys in a little bit closer. So I'm just lightly tapping this onto my crease. And now that I've kind of mapped out my crease and packed on the color, I'm just going to go in and start blending it out using windshield wiper motions and circular blending motions. And I like to drag out my eyeshadow a little bit to create more of like a winged cat eye effect. So I just drag it out a little bit past the tail of my eyebrow. So yeah, anyways, back to working at the mall. A lot of people around the holidays obviously are very crazy.
A lot of the times people are very annoyed and exhausted and moody
from shopping all day. And then, you know, since the restaurant is right in the mall, they go out to eat inside the restaurant where I work. And I would say that usually I'm very happy when I'm at work. I'm very nice to all of my guests because I want to make those big fat tips. But no, like usually I'm very happy to serve you, and as long as you're nice to me, I will be like more than nice to you back. But like I said, a lot of the times people are moody and have an attitude, and I'm at work, so I can't fight back or have an attitude back because I don't want to get fired. And like, I get it, people are hangry, they like want to eat, and sometimes when there's a lot of people inside the mall, a lot of people go out to eat, and it's very busy and people have to wait for their food, and like they don't want to wait, and they're like nasty to their servers. They treat us more like servants than servers, and that's like not cool. So like, just remember when you're shopping or if you're going out to eat around the holidays, like the people that are working there, they're just there to do their job. Don't get me wrong, sometimes people are just like miserable like at their job and they don't want to be there, and you know what, which I get, but it's like, you know what, you're there to do a job and do a good job, make your money, go home. But yeah, so like don't be nasty to people working at the mall. They're just probably just trying their hardest and they can't fight back because they're at work. So don't be nasty. Just like don't be a dick, you know? Okay, so now that the shade is all blended out in my crease, I'm going to pick up the shade, I don't know if this is called Steve or Steve. It's like this deep red burgundy-ish shade. And I'm gonna pick it up on a Morphe M139. It's just like a more precise, fluffy crease brush. And I'm just gonna blend that out right into my crease, but I'm not gonna go above my crease like where I have that brown shade. I just wanna deepen it up and add a more red tone right underneath it. So I'm just doing the same thing. I'm just doing windshield wiper motions and I'm gonna drag it out. So yeah, basically working in like restaurants and like serving people and dealing with the public has kind of made me a little bit bitter. So like I gave up on like Black Friday and like all that kind of stuff. I would just rather do like Cyber Monday, online shop. I would rather pay full price to be able to sit my ass down in the comfort of my own home and online shop. I'd rather not fight someone in the mall parking lot over a spot and then like wait in ridiculously long lines. I don't know, that's just me. I feel like I keep flip-flopping like back and forth from like, I hate shopping, I hate the mall, I hate people, and then like, but like I do love Christmas time and I do love going to the mall and like seeing all the lights and like the sales and all like the stores set up with all their cute like holiday stuff. Like I do love that, but I just like can't stand like over dramatic people that like are the people that wake up on Black Friday and like run people over at Best Buy for a TV. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of that red shade Steve or Steve. I think it's Steve. I'm just gonna say Steve because Steve sounds weird. Sorry, Carly. Anyways, so I'm just gonna also add a little bit of that red shade in my outer V. No judgment. Let me know in the comments below. Are you like a crazy Black Friday shopper where you camp out to like get whatever new product or iPhone, whatever's coming out? Are you that person, or are you more of a like, I'll wait for Cyber Monday and do my online Amazon Prime shopping kind of person? So now I just want to also deepen up my outer V a little bit. So I'm going to grab the shade Bowie. It's the dark brown shade, and I'm going to grab it on a Morphe M330 fluffy crease brush. This is a very dark color, so I'm just going to go in with a very light hand at first, and then build up the pigment as needed. I don't know what kind of accent that was, and that was not meant to be like racist in any way, shape, or form. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just gonna be focusing this color in my outer V just to deepen it up and give it some dimension. So I don't have like a Whole Foods super near my house. I have one that's like maybe like 20 minutes away, but where my boyfriend lives, he has one like right down the road from his house. And whenever I stay over, I usually treat myself to a nice Whole Foods coffee because I don't know if you guys watched my vlog where I went to Whole Foods. I got a coffee and their coffee is like super underrated. It's like amazing. I love it. So I usually go and I treat myself to a coffee if I stay over his house in the morning. And there's a man that works there. I'm pretty sure he's from France because he has a French accent, and his name is Pierre. And he's probably like in his 50s, but like, you know how other countries are just a lot more healthy than America, and like he's just aging very well. Whatever he's doing is like working for him. His name is Pierre. He is like my favorite person to see there. He's the nicest barista, just like a nice person. He could have a line literally like out the freaking door and it does not ruffle his feathers one bit. He takes his time with every person, makes every coffee to order, does it exactly like how you want it. It's like his craft and he's proud of it. And he takes his time doing it and I really appreciate it. I'm just like obsessed with him. I like want to get him a Christmas present or something. I don't know if that's like inappropriate. Like I don't know what I could get him. But I told him, I'm like, when you're here, you make my day and you make my coffee perfect every time. So I just keep flipping back and forth from each eye, just adding a little bit of that shade Bowie just to keep darkening it up until it's where I want it. I don't want it to be too super dark. I want the red to really shine through, but I just want to darken up that crease a little bit. So now I think I'm gonna go in with this shade Aura. It's like a gorgeous orange, reddish, like golden color. And I find that with like these like foiled shadows, they're almost like a creamy shadow. So I usually go in with my finger first and just to like get the pigment on there. And then I'll go in with a brush and just like touch up any spots that I need to. Just rub my finger in there. And I'm just going to put it on my lid. Almost like a half cut crease, but I'm not carving out my crease. I'm gonna probably stop right in the center of my eyelid. God, this color is so gorgeous. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. And I don't have any highlighter on yet because after I do my eye look, I feel like the highlighter kind of like ties everything together. So I like to kind of know what kind of eye look I have going on before I do my highlighter, whether I want to do like a gold or a more silvery or like a pinky rose gold. So we'll see how this turns out and then we will decide what highlighter I will use today.
Gorgina, Gorgina.
I'm just gonna go in with this side of the brush that the palette usually comes with, and I'm just gonna grab a teeny tiny more bit of that shade and just really make sure that my eyelid is saturated with that color. Which it pretty much is already, but I just want to be a little bit more precise. I feel like I need to add some of that orange shade Cindy to this look. I feel like it needs a little pop of orange. So I just put a little bit of that shade Cindy right above that brown shade that I put on as my transition color, just to brighten everything up a little bit more. I think I'm even going to grab some of the shade Aura on this brush and spray it with a little bit of setting spray just to really make it look like wet, shimmery, glittery goodness. So I think for New Year's, I want to have a decades party, like where all of my friends bring like nostalgic food, like chicken nuggets, french fries, like mac and cheese. I want to make like a Dunkaroo dip with like graham crackers and like the funfetti. Like I just want it to be very nostalgic, and I want them to dress like their favorite decade. Like I like to dress very like 60s, 70s, like bell bottoms and like stuff like that. Like I just think it would be so fun just to like have everybody together and like celebrate and reminisce and be like nostalgic, because as I'm getting older, I'm realizing time is flying by so fast, and I just want to like reminisce and like remember when I was like a kid and when times were a hell of a lot easier. Let me know in the comments below any suggestions of like decades that you think would be fun to dress up as, or like party snacks that I should have. Okay, so on a Morphe M452, I'm gonna lightly dip into the shade Moo. It's this lighter gold shade right here, and I'm just gonna highlight my brow bone with that. All you need is like legit a little tap in the pan, and you get like so much pigment. Like the Anastasia has her formula is like nailed. And I'm also gonna take a really
Teeny, weeny.
random brush that I have from BH Cosmetics and also take the shade Moo and highlight my tear duct. A little bit, what did I add? A little bit. And you know what, while we're here, I think I'm just gonna highlight my nose with that same shade. And why not just highlight my Cupid's bow as well? Oh, that was a lot. I'm not mad about it though, whatever. Okay, so now for the most stressful part of my eyeshadow routine is going to be liquid liner. I'm going to be attempting a winged cat eyeliner today. This is medium level difficulty. Let's see how she executes it. Not bad, not bad. A little bump in the road right here, but it's fine. And lately I've been doing this thing where I like to kind of like do like a little pointed line in my tear duct. There's probably like an actual like name for that, like maybe it's like a winged tear duct. I'm 100% making that up. I don't know if it's called a winged tear duct. But basically I just draw, like I overline my tear duct. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it does not. Right now I feel like it's going like okay, like maybe a 6 out of 10. Okay, I really don't want to fuck this up, so I'm just gonna do my eyeliner really quick off camera and I'll be right back. So I think we're at like a 7 out of 10 with eyeliner. I've done better and I've most definitely done worse. So I'm just gonna go back into the shade Steve, it's that red shade, and I'm gonna take it on a Morphe E36 brush. It's a really like tiny, I think it's called like a bullet crease brush. So I'm gonna lightly tap into the shade Steve, and I'm just gonna start tapping it on my lower lash line. And if you're worried about fallout, you could always take a little bit of extra setting powder and just pack it on underneath your eye and then wipe it away with like a fluffy brush after. But, you know, I'm just too lazy for that today. Oh, I think I kind of just want to leave it a solid red color underneath because I wanted this to be a more red, like burgundy look, and I feel like it's kind of getting a little bit more bronzy, so I really want the red to stand out. So I think I'm just going to leave it alone. Just gonna pop a little bit of mascara on before I do my lashes, and I'm using the Pacifica Dream Big mascara. This is my favorite mascara to use before lashes. And I'm just gonna fast forward through this part because I'm sure you've seen people do their mascara a million times. I just do my top lashes and I do my bottom lashes, and the reason why I do mascara first is because I feel like it helps blend in with your falsies a little bit better, and it kind of like adds a layer of protection against like the glue in the lashes, so when you peel them off you don't rip your eyelashes off. So yeah, I'm gonna fast forward through this part now. Alright, and for lashes today, I'm using my Ardell Remy 778 lashes. I've worn these before, so they're already trimmed to my eye. You can reuse like your lashes up to like 5 to like 30 times depending on the quality of the lash, but like I just sanitize mine with a little bit of 70% alcohol. I have a little bit in a spray bottle, and like, I mean, once they get really gunky, I'll like wash them and pick off the glue, but like I'll just do a little spray of 70% alcohol, let it like dry off a little bit. The alcohol will like evaporate, and then I just put them on my eyes again. The more that you wear them, the more they mold to your eye shape and the easier it is to put them on, and I definitely recommend measuring them on your eye first before you glue them and trimming off any excess that may be like poking so that they stay comfortable if you're wearing them for a long amount of time. So I'm just taking the Tarte Black Lash Glue and I'm gonna apply a nice thick layer to the band. And I'm just gonna let it dry for about 60 seconds just so it gets a little bit more sticky and it's not so wet so the lashes don't pop right off. I love these earrings, by the way. I just got them from Urban Outfitters. They're so cute. They're not as heavy as they look, but I just feel like with like a little, like a nice chunky sweater, they're so cute. I pulled you guys in a little bit closer because I want you to see how easy it's gonna be for me to put this lash on now that I've already worn it and kind of broken it in. And the fact that I let the lash glue dry for a little bit. Like, how easy was that? If you're looking for a cheap drugstore lash, Ardell, like, they got you. Like, they're coming for the luxury lash brands. Oh my god, I also almost totally forgot about lips. I have to do a lip. So I think for highlighter today, I'm gonna use the Anastasia Loose Highlighter in the shade Sunset Aura. It's like a really pretty rose gold. And I'm taking it on a Morphe M451 fluffy pointed highlighter brush. And I'm just going to dust it on my cheekbones. And I kind of like hold it on a sideways angle because I used to hold it like this and it kind of just looked like a straight line going downwards, but I kind of like swirl it into my cheek so it like blends in more and looks more natural. Oh my god, like, I always highlight my temples. And I do like to drag my highlighter into like my cheeks, like where my blush is, and then I take the brush that I used for my blush and I kind of just like blend in the highlighter and the blush. Like, I love an out of this world highlighter, so I don't feel like I need to blend it in so much to the point where it's like barely there, but I just like to give it a little blend so it looks a little bit more put together. I really wanted to do a red lip because I haven't done a red lip in a while. I don't know, I feel like a red lip might not go. Like, I'm not seeing it. Like, I'm picturing it and I'm like not seeing it. So maybe it's not a good idea to do that, even though I really want to. I have this ColourPop matte liquid lip in the shade Bumble. Yeah, I like it. Okay. I actually think that I did this without lining my lips almost perfectly. Like, I don't want to say perfect, but like, I'm very proud of myself right now. Just gonna give myself one final spray of setting spray. Oh, and this is the Jeffree Star X Morphe setting spray. I kind of want to put a little bit of the Fenty Gloss Bomb over it, maybe. Oh, the Fenty Gloss Bomb smells amazing. I love it. I absolutely love this lip and eyeshadow combo. I didn't think I was gonna love it so much. ColourPop, you came through. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I'm gonna go take some Instagram pictures right now, so make sure you follow me on there so you don't miss any of the looks that I post. And and make sure to click the subscribe button. You can click my face up here somewhere, or click the subscribe button down below, comment anything you want, and I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye! So first I'm just going to be priming my eyes with a little bit of concealer. I'm just using the Shart. Oh my god.